Okay, my name is Andrew Wilson. I'm here from the Pennant Hills District Civic Trust. The Pennant Hills Trust is interviewing all of the candidates for Hornsby Council Mayor and all of the candidates for Ward B councillors. The Pennant Hills Trust is not in any way politically affiliated or aligned. We aim to give all of the candidates a fair go to allow voters to make an informed choice. We are, however, unashamedly local. That is, we live in Pennant Hills, West Pennant Hills, Thornlea. We already know that this is the best place in Australia to live. We want to keep it that way and make it even better. It is in that context that I introduced Ilan Weihart, an independent candidate, as a Ward B councillor. Ilan, first question for you.
Yes, sir.
The Pennant Hills Civic Trust understand that some form of development for this area is probably inevitable. However, we would like to see it happen in a planned, staged, sensible way that included consultation with the local community and the local businesses. We don't like haphazard, unplanned development simply because a developer may want to proceed in a particular direction.
Well,
what is your view on the Pennant Hills Master Plan?
I understand your concerns. Personally, I'd like to keep this area as is. Nice, bushy, green, low-rise homes for everybody to enjoy.
Okay.
Next question.
Second question, the Westlea Sports Facilities. I'm aware that Matt Keane many years ago found some money to acquire that land from the Water Board, and then further money has been pledged for the development of those sporting facilities. Some people, I've been to various council meetings on the subject. Some people are very opposed to that development. Some people are very in favour of it. The most recent development is that the Minns Labor government has said that it will attempt to claw back, I think it's about $36 million of that funding. What's your view on the Westlea Sports Facilities?
Look, I must be honest, I'm not aware of that particular issue because I'm concentrating about what's happening in Hornsby Centre. However, I'm always in support for sporting facilities to be developed, and I think that it's time that a serious inquiry will take place to find out exactly how does our council spend our money. I think we have some serious issues there. We're always short, we're always begging. We need to find out why.
Okay, and the last question, and I'll probably exit after this one. If you are elected as a Ward B councillor, what would you like your legacy to be?
Well, what I'd like my legacy to be is really seeing Hornsby Centre being redeveloped, being modernized. Really, emphasis should be put on the older buildings, the very old non-compliant building that are around the center. And as an example, my daughter just bought an apartment in Hornsby, and the other day she asked me, Dad, actually I cannot put, she lives in a walk-up as well.
The three-storey walk-up?
A three-storey walk-up on Bridge Street, and she said, Dad, you know, we don't have solar panels. We can't put solar panels on a building. And her partner says to me, Ilan, you know, I wanted to buy a small electric vehicle, but the buildings are not geared for EV chargers. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Yet council comes, we have the same planner, has been there for 27 years, the same person. So that says a lot about what's going on in council. And he's not interested. They just don't want to listen. So another issue that I wanted to raise is the area between George Street, Hunter Street, bordered by Linda to the south and Bridge Street to the north, which is a huge part of the economic activity of our community, and it's a great place that the people can have their services, fix their cars, go to the mechanics, go to buy whatever they need to buy, the pool supplies, and you name it, it's there. Now, the council came up with a big, stupid plan, excuse my language, that this needs to go, and they need to put 40, 50, 60,000 square meters of offices. Nobody needs so many offices in Hornsby. not even a fraction of that. And if this ever happens, where are all those businesses going to relocate to? For us to go and fix our car, do we have to drive up to Gosford or go to the other side of Castle Hill? That's not a good idea. I can see that there are serious issues in my view that something sinister is happening in the background. Now, I don't want to blame anybody, but what I see is that our library, our beautiful, beautiful library that was just basically completed 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, absolutely beautiful, world-class library, is now zoned for demolition, and the site should be sold to developers. It's a big no-no, a big no-no. This should not happen. And if we had a smart mayor that is strong enough to stand up and say, no, this is not going to happen, maybe we would have had a different result. But I don't know what are the forces that are operating behind the scenes. I don't know if it's true or not. That's my gut feel. This library, it's about 2,500 to 3,000 square meters in size. All we need there is a low, just a very light structure as a second floor over there to do it as a big meeting hall, concert hall, function hall in Hornsby, something that we don't have.